scientific experiments. But that would mean that a species that first to become multiplanetary needs free energy. They need an over unity device. They are now concentrating electricity around their species.
Prove to me that you are alive.
Is there anything else you wanted to present?
So I mean, I do have quite a few other things I've invented and whatnot, and I think there's probably plenty for the audience kind of thing. But yeah, so there's a lot going on, and then of course I do have my 7 different companies, and I invented what is effectively a new financial ecosystem, which can fix global debt, and it can fix distribution, and it can fix charities, and it can fix asset collateralization, and I even have a social media company that will completely address the way that we interact with one another.
Mm.
So there's a lot going on. So if you do want to follow any of that, my handle on Twitter is at PLR_2024.
I
And
was
I'm
gonna
recently shadow banned.
I was gonna ask you if you could please, once we're done, send me all the links so I can link them in the description, man. Um, do you, man, again, thank you for who you are, man. Um, do you have faith, but more so, do you know that we will materialize these things and utilize these things in possibly the near future?
I expect we will. There's really only 2 scenarios for humanity within the next 200 years. Either we go extinct and destroy ourselves, or we ascend and become a higher level of species and entity that has a greater understanding of the universe. There is nothing in between that could happen.
Mm. So, to add on to that, what do you think about AI, man, and everything that's going on with that?
So AI, as most people know it today, is really just statistics and data and applied statistics and data. I mean, learning language models are just taking 100,000 books and saying this is the most common word to come next. So I wouldn't exactly say it's sentient. I don't think anything we're seeing right now as far as AI is anywhere near sentience. But I do think there are things that are more private within government and within corporations that are probably much closer, if not already sentient.
Hmm. Wow. Um, uh, I don't want to keep you here for too long, man. Thank you so much for everything. How were these babies born, man? How were they born?
Really, it's you know, eh, well, which babies are we talking about?
All these inventions, man. I call them babies.
So I just really started solving problems, and that's it. And I have a love of learning, and I started thinking about different things I want to fix. And as soon as I think of a problem, I start working on a solution in my head. And I picked up 3D CAD and modeling and 3D printing and a few other hobbies, and things just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to send you the Slavic Vedas, because I believe that a lot of people miss the link. A lot of people talk about Atlantis, but miss the link with Hyperborea and Atlantis. And a lot of people, they kind of think of Hyperborea from the Greek sense, but there's a whole other story to Hyperborea and Atlantis, and like there's a lot of like missing links. And if I could say, and you probably would do this with ease, if you can, try to pick up Russian, man. There's a lot of hidden information even in the language itself, man. So yeah, again, thank you so much. We're at 3 hours, man. Ah man, I'm so thankful and I'm so mind blown, and I'm thankful for the human being that you are, and I'm so thankful for you, for God, and you allowing me to even speak to you. Um, this show is called "Prove to Me That You're Alive," and usually this is my last question. What is the meaning of life to Patrick Riley, man?
Well, I think the meaning of each person's life is different, and we get to decide what that is. For me, the meaning of life is to improve what I came to make it so that humanity is no longer going to suffer at the level that I experienced. Um, and I truly think quality of life and wholeness or wholesomeness of life is the highest pinnacle of human achievement, and that's what I want to push for.
Prove to me that you're alive.
Thank you, man. I have a few more questions. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. Since you have been studying and inventing these things, first of all, what do you need from us, the population? What do you need from us in order to support this movement?
Sure. So the main thing I need y'all to spread the information, spread this interview, but also spread the pinned post on my Twitter is the QR code that takes you to the diagrams of all these inventions that I just shared, and work on inventing it yourself, or sharing it helps. And just getting the information out there is really the best way to fight this.
Do you have any sort of a number in your head of how much it would cost to materialize this in the way you would want to see it?
If I already have the tooling, it would cost only about $2,000 or $3,000 to build the Riley radial. To actually materialize the full probe is a little bit of a harder number to estimate, because I'm sure there's testing and things like that go into the heliosphere and faster than light travel. So I'm sure those could be considerably more expensive.
Hmm. Let's say you were to find someone that has the funds and is fully in with you. Would that be useful to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. That's good to know, man. I wanted to ask you this, and I should have asked you this a while ago. What is to you extraterrestrial, and have we been visited? What are they? Where do they come from? If we have been visited, like, how do you view that?
I would say yes. Extraterrestrial, just meaning outside of Terra, the Earth,
Yeah.
living beings that come from outside the Earth. But I really view it. Of course, I have experiences that I can talk about and some that I can't. But I have a very fundamental view of this, that we have never, as a human species, gone anywhere or found any location that doesn't support life, whether that's volcanic geysers or the Mariana Trench under the greatest pressure on Earth, or miles deep in the Earth, or on the moon where we found bacteria, or on Mars where we found bacteria, or tardigrades living in space. There is no location we have yet to find that doesn't support some form of life. So I think the concept of space as a vacuum and dead is really extremely misleading. I think space is probably more like an ocean and probably teeming with life. And the idea that we just haven't found it yet is largely nonsensical to me. I did allude earlier to black holes being completely misunderstood and misrepresented, because gravity is basically a falsified theory.
Mhm.
We live in an electric universe, and it is a hydrostatic electric universe where you have surface tension of the atoms and the electrons. So the greatest concentration of mass has the greatest concentration of electrons. And anytime you have surface tension, you're going to have a pull towards that greater concentration, and that's basically fluid dynamics. So if that is in fact what we are looking at when we see gravity, and it makes complete sense because we don't have to overcome gravity, we only have to overcome electromagnetism, and that's easily demonstrated through many different scientific experiments. If you don't believe me, just go YouTube it and spend a couple hours. But that would mean that a species that first to become multiplanetary needs free energy. They need an over unity device. They are now concentrating electricity around their species. And the more they expand and the more that they grow, the more that they're pulling light surrounding them towards their civilization. So the reason that we don't see millions of civilizations out there in the universe is because the most likely place for them to exist is the black holes, because the black hole is not a solid mass of something being destroyed. It's probably an endless expanse of electricity and energy potential within it. So for us, we're just seeing nothing. For them, it could take them 1,000 light years just to travel out of their neighborhood, just to be visible to us, and it might not be worth their time. And their concentration of their culture and their society and their civilization is held within where there is the greatest pull towards that energy.
But in simple terms, have we been visited from other civilizations, and have some of that technology been back engineered, like some people think?
Yes and yes.
Okay, cool. Wow, man. We definitely. I don't know if you're ever open to it, man, but we have to do this again, because there's so many like little. Because obviously, I'm going to take this conversation apart and try to grasp it. I'm going to rewind a lot of things and rewatch a lot of things, and a lot of things, of course, that you say, it's going to go over people's heads, obviously, unless you rewind and look deep into it and do your research, and I would encourage everyone to do that, man. Because sometimes it's like, when people like you, when you speak, it's like you're like, yeah, but you're not realizing how important some of each of the words that you say really are, man, unless you rewind back and look deeper into it. So if you're ever open, man, I would love to do this again. This has been awesome. This has been amazing. Again, I think not only your family members, but I think us as a humanity should be proud of you. I'm proud of you. So thank you again for what you have done. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you. I've said this. I don't mind saying it a million more times. Is there? I will let you lead us out, man. What else is there? Do you think is essential for us to know? And what is some of the last messages before we do this again, is that you would like to leave us with?
So I would just like everyone to know to have faith in yourself and have faith in God or Allah or whatever it is you call and believe the universe to be, because we all have a purpose. You are important. There is no such thing as meaningless life. It is all sacred. And we need to shape what we are going to be, because that is really our purpose.
Wow, man. Thank you. I'm kind of like, I'm looking forward to, and at the same time, from like a good perspective, I'm like afraid to, like, what your son is going to be like, when he grows up and takes on your legacy, man. It's very exciting, man. We're living through some exciting times. Thank you so much. We had Patrick Riley, man, a brilliant. You are absolutely brilliant in all the good ways, in the wisdom and the knowledge. And again, I can't thank you enough. And we'll stay in touch. And if you're open to it, I would love to do it again, man.
Great.
Thank you so much. So I'm gonna end the recording. This was Patrick Riley, man, a brilliant inventor and awesome human being, man. And this was proof to me that you're alive. So thank you for being with us. I'll see you guys next time, man. Uno.